All right, so let's do the shading. I'm gonna make the materials first. I basically need a yellow shading, a black shading, and a gray shading. So we have this squarish one. So I'm gonna take white fill. I'm just gonna put this arrow to put it all the way on the bottom, then yellow fill. And I'm just gonna make both of these fills because they're already there. Instead of having to like make another one, I'm not using these, so I'm just gonna rename this one. We'll call this one uh dark yellow fill, and I'll rename this one dark white fill. I know it should be gray. I just went dark anyway. Okay. So we'll select this. We're not going to do a stroke. We're going to do a fill. And then we'll just go ahead and pull this up, and it needs to be. I need to try to get kind of a similar color, and then we're just going to make it darker like that. Let's go ahead and make it a little more saturated. We'll go with that. It's fine. Okay. Then we'll take this one. Again, we'll take this one off, make this one fill. And this is for my gray. And we'll just go like, made a slight bit yellow. Okay. And we'll call that good. Okay. So now, oh, I also need black gray, don't I? Forgot about that one too, the dark thing here. So let's make another one new. And we'll call this one black fill. Okay. And it'll be a fill. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the black fill first. I'm going to turn, well, for this one, because I already know where it's got to go, it's going to go in there. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the visibility of my shading. So I got the black fill. We're in draw mode. And what I'm going to do is actually use the pen here. And what's going to happen is you'll see when I draw, it actually just draws that instead. So I manually draw it in instead of the other one. So I'm just going to go in here and we're going to go like this. Oops, and I did a bad job. So I'm just going to try and do my best like this, and boom, there we go. Okay. And I can do that also with my eyeball. So I'm actually going to turn this back off so I can draw the eyeball because we didn't do that yet. And I'm just going to, oh crap. Did I do that other one? Oops, I did that wrong. I'm going to undo that real quick. Right now I did that on the lines or the shading. I'm going to make a separate layer for shading. So I'm going to go to my stroke data here. I'm going to make a new one, and we're going to call this one shading. And I'm going to put it on this guy here. I don't want to put it on the other ones. That was my mistake. Sorry about that. Okay. I saw black. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go in here again. And it's hard to do with a mouse. Not usually that bad with a mouse. There we go. Okay. So that will be that. Good. And now I need to do the eyeball. I'm going to turn off the fills here so I can see what I need to do. And we'll go ahead and draw the eyeball like so. And I am going to do this because I don't want to uh, have to worry about doing it. Is this great? No, but I'm going to say it's fine for now. I could use the sculpt and turn it to Bezier. There's also a simplify function that we can also use, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. I don't really care that much. Okay, so next shading, just so we can see what we have. This is what it looks like so far. We also need white, like the white for his eye. I'm not going to worry about that. We're going to say it's fine. So let's go ahead and just do the other shading. So let's do, let's say, I guess, the beak first. We're just going to do the same thing that we've already done. I'm just going to go to the material here, and we're going to choose the dark yellow. And I'm just going to basically draw what we see here. So if you wanted to try and use the other tools, you can, like you could try using the curve tool and doing it that way. In some ways that might be easier, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it manually just because there's these other parts here. I did a great job. Like so, all the way up, and boom. Okay, so I'm gonna go to edit mode and make sure I have I'm going to go to all lines and click on this. Then I'm going to go to sculpt mode. And then I'm just going to, oops, I'm not line thickness. Sorry, we want to do grab. And I'm just going to try and push this so it looks not so bad. And then I'll hold shift to smooth as well. Holding shift, we'll just smooth that out. And I'm going to make sure that everything fits. You can see over here, I didn't quite get across. So something like that. All right, imagine it looks good. Imagine I spent the time to make it good. That looks like I did. Okay. Let's just switch back to draw mode. Okay. Goody. So then I would just kind of, I'm still on, make sure I'm still on shading, make sure I got the dark fill, still have that line. And then I'm just going to go through and basically, do all of the shading here. So, I think I'm just going to do this with the shading, even though it's not really how it's done in this thing. They did it kind of weird. Like that. And we'll just do this also with shading. We're going to go like that. All right. It doesn't look great, but whatever. Looks like they did it also here, which is kind of, I don't know. See, now it's competing with the other thing now, so I don't really want to do that. So I guess I'll just draw them separate shapes. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, these lines. Okay. So you can see, basically that's what you're going to do. You're just going to go through, and now what I'll do, I'll just start doing the gray one so you can see that as well. Leave the dark white fill, and I will just draw these lines. That, that. So, did a really good job. Okay, and then, so just do this as one thing. So that's what you're going to do. You're basically just going to do your shading as you see here. I'm just going to pause it, finish that, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make the eyeball white. So just to show you how I do it, I'm just going to go ahead and do another one, new, and we'll call that, it's going to be a fill, not a stroke, and we'll make it white, white. Let's name it white, white, fill. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw that in here. So that is actually fill. And that looks like I lost my eyeball. Let's see. So yeah. Good. And then if we go to the edit mode and I have line selected, I'm going to select this. I wonder if I can control X. Looks like it won't let me do that. Let me see. G. Maybe we'll just get rid of that one and I'll just make a new one. And this time I'm just going to, oops, not sculpt mode. I'm just going to go ahead and in draw mode, I'm going to just do a circle. Because, I'm kind of lazy. Black fill. They'll be none the wiser. Like that. Boom. Okay. And then we'll do a white fill too. Put that right on top. Boom. And that looks like I did it. Okay, so that looks good. Then we'll do is turn this on, and you can see we have our graphic creation. Definitely use a lot of polish. You can see a lot of areas where I kind of messed it up. I would just go through and with the sculpt mode, just kind of clean that up. But more or less, we've made a graphic. It's got the lines with weights, semi-accurate with that. We've done the fills and we've done the shading. And so now you see how to make just a very clean sort of perfect graphic. That's basically what we were after this time. Obviously, we're doing frame by frame. you wouldn't be quite so particular. I mean, you could, but it would be a lot of work just to complete that. But if you're doing something more of like a puppet animation or a motion graphic, it obviously behooves you to make sure that they are perfect. Um, and usually you're trying to match something, and so this would obviously match the actual logo. But yeah, that's how to make the graphics.